The Jets, they're really in a bind right now. Brought in Davante Adams thinking he'd be the missing piece for a playoff run, but it just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
3-7.
Not ideal.
Only win since week 3 against the Texans.
Right.
And now with all that going on, Adams could be missing practice, sick, and sore wrist.
It's definitely a crucial point in the season for the Jets. They need to turn things around fast to have any shot at the playoffs, and Adams at full strength, that's huge for their offense.
Okay, so let's talk about that Cardinals game Sunday. A rough one, 31-6 loss. How'd Adams look?
Quiet game for him, just 6 catches, 31 yards. Cardinals defense did a good job keeping him in check.
It wasn't just Adams, though. The whole Jets team, kind of a letdown.
Yeah, offense couldn't move the ball consistently. Defense couldn't stop the Cardinals. Just an all-around bad game.
So looking ahead, the schedule, it's not getting any easier. Got to win almost every game left to even have a shot at the playoffs.
Exactly. And with Adams potentially sidelined, it's even tougher.
Let's break down the upcoming games. This week, Indianapolis Colts. They're on a 3-game losing streak.
Colts have had their own struggles this year, but they're still a tough opponent. Jets can't take them lightly.
Then the following week, Seattle at home. Seahawks lost 5 of their last 6.
Seahawks have been up and down, but they can surprise anybody on any given Sunday. Another one the Jets have to be with.
So 2 maybe winnable games, but no guarantees. What's the playoff picture looking like for them?
Not great. According to that N.F.L. playoff picture tool, chances are pretty slim. 14% chance of making the playoffs. If they beat the Colts, that goes up to 20. Lose drops to 4.
Not great odds.
No. Not great.
Really underlines how important this Colts game is.
Absolutely. Got to win a game.
And the question mark around Adams' health just makes it even more complicated.
Yeah, losing him would be a huge hit to the offense. They need him out there making plays if they want to turn this thing around.
Rodgers and Adams back in Green Bay, that was a dominant duo. Everybody figured that chemistry would just carry over to the Jets. Why hasn't it clicked the same way in New York?
Well, there are a few things going on. One, the offensive line. They haven't been protecting Rodgers as well as they did in Green Bay. He's under more pressure, affects his accuracy, decision-making. Then the other receivers, besides Adams, haven't been as consistent. Rodgers just doesn't have the same trust with them yet.
So it's not just about the individual talent of Adams and Rodgers. The whole offense needs to work together.
Exactly. And that's what's been missing for the Jets.
Okay, so are there any specific adjustments the Jets could make to try and get the most out of Adams when he is healthy and on the field?
They could try getting the ball to him in space more often. Screens, quick passes, let him make plays after the catch. Maybe move him around more, put him in the slot, even the backfield sometimes, create mismatches.
Interesting. Think the coaching staff's willing to make those changes?
Well, they need to try something. What they've been doing isn't working. Time to explore some other options.
Yeah, this is a big moment for the Jets. They got to find some answers, and fast, if they want to save this season. What do you think, big picture strategy-wise? Should they stick with what they've been doing, or is it time to shake things up?
They have to figure out their identity on offense. What kind of team do they want to run first, pass heavy? Once they know that, then they can tailor their game plan.
It almost seems like they've been trying to force that Green Bay model onto this Jets team without really thinking about how the personnel is different, the whole team dynamic.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. They need to adapt their strategy to what this roster does well.
And they got to do it quickly. Clock's ticking.
Every game from here on out's a must-win.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. You mentioned that NFL playoff picture tool earlier. Can you tell us a little more about how that works, what goes into it?
It's a pretty complex algorithm. Looks at a bunch of different factors. Team's record, obviously, strength of schedule, who they have left to play, how other teams in the playoff hunt are doing, all that.
So it's not just about the Jets winning their games, it's about how everyone else does too.
Exactly. It's complicated, a lot of moving parts. But the bottom line is the Jets, they need to control what they can control, and that's winning games.
And those odds, they really swing with every win and every loss.
Oh, absolutely. Every game makes a big difference in their playoff chance.
Which brings us back to Adams and how important he is.
He's a game changer. When he's healthy, playing his best, the whole offense is better.
But that health is a big question mark right now.
Yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. Whether he's available or not could really determine how the Jets goes.
It's a reminder of how fast things can change in the NFL. One injury, one missed opportunity, it can have a huge impact on the season.
Yeah, that's the NFL. Every team's good, every game matters.
So the Jets, at a crossroads, playoff hopes fading, star receiver battling injuries.
It's a defining moment for this team. How they respond to these challenges, it'll say a lot about who they are, what they're capable of.
Make or break time for the Jets.
Yeah.
Do they have what it takes to step up?
We'll see. One thing's for sure, the next few weeks are going to be huge.
Can we watch it closely to see how it all plays out?
Yeah, they're not in a good spot. Playoff hopes are slipping away with every loss.
That Cardinals game, that was rough. Just looked outmatched in every way.
Cardinals, they came ready to play, executed their game plan. The Jets, on the other hand, looked out of sync, not the same intensity you need.
The offense, it's been a disappointment. Future Hall of Famer at QB, talented receivers, but they just haven't scored enough points.
Yeah, few things there. The offensive line, they haven't been protecting Rodgers consistently, leads to hurried throws, broken plays, and they haven't been able to run the ball effectively either, so defenses know what's coming, focus on shutting down the pass.
It's like they haven't figured out who they are on offense. Are they a passing team, a running team? Need to pick one and commit.
Definitely. Got to find some rhythm, a game plan that makes sense for their strength. What they're doing now, it's just not working.
Let's talk about Adams. He was supposed to be a difference maker, but so far we haven't seen it.
He's not being used the right way. They got to get him the ball in space, let him make plays after the catch. That's where he excels.
Do you think the connection with Rodgers, has it faded since Green Bay?
Not necessarily about a lack of chemistry, more about a lack of opportunity. Rodgers is under pressure constantly, doesn't have time to find Adams downfield, and the other receivers haven't stepped up, so there's even more pressure on him.
So it's a mix of things. Some Adams' fault, some not.
Right. I can't put it all on him. He needs the rest of the offense to do their part.
What about the coaching staff? Any blame on them for how the Jets have played?
Well, yeah, I think they share some responsibility. The team looks lost, distant. They haven't put the players in the best position. But at the end of the day, the players have to.
It's on everyone. Coaches, players, all got to step up, take ownership.
Accountability. That's what separates the good teams from the bad. Jets need to be honest with themselves, figure out what's going wrong.
So looking ahead, Colts this week, got to win this one. Can they pull off the upset?
Tough game. Colts have their issues, but they're talented. Jets will need to play their best game.
A win would be huge for their playoff chances.
Definitely. And it would give them some confidence, belief that they can turn things around.
So realistically, what are the chances of a playoff run at this point?
Not good. Got to win almost every game left, and even then, they'll need some help. It's a long shot, but hey, anything can happen.
Uphill battle for sure. Let's talk about Adams' health for a minute. That illness, the sore wrist, how worried should the Jets be about him missing the Colts game?
Yeah, it's a worry. His health is the priority. They can't rush him back if he's not 100%.
But without him, the offense takes a big hit.
Oh, for sure. He's their most dangerous weapon. Without him, the offense becomes much easier to defend.
Tough spot. Need him on the field, but also can't risk further injury?
It's a medical decision. They'll evaluate him, see how he progresses, and make the call based on that.
Let's hope for the best. For Adams and for the Jets. Tough situation, but it's not over till it's over.
Still time to turn it around, but they got to start winning now.
Colts this week, Seahawks next. Those are the games that will decide their season.
Yeah, those two games, that's the test. We'll see what they're made of.
Do or die time. Got to step up and prove they belong in the playoff conversation.
We'll find out soon enough.
It's going to be a wild ride. Fans are going to be on edge.
Hope it ends well for them.
Okay, last thought. Big picture, what's the one thing Jets fans should take away from this heading into these next two games?
It's not over yet. There's still hope. But they got to play like it. Every snap, every play, they got to be desperate to win.
No excuses. Whoever's on the field, they got to find a way.
Got to show some fight, some heart. The fans deserve to see that.
Big moment for this team. Will they rise to the challenge or fold under pressure? We'll find out soon.
These next two games, they'll tell the story.
It's going to be intense.
Hang on tight. Big couple of weeks coming up for the Jets.
Yeah, no doubt. Playoffs are on the line. These next two games could decide everything.
Colts, Seahawks. Two different challenges, but both winnable.
For sure. The Colts, they haven't been great, but that defense, it's still tough.
Yep. Jets are going to need to run the ball effectively and keep Rodgers upright if they want to beat the Colts.
And then the Seahawks, they're unpredictable. Could be a shootout.
Yeah, Seahawks offense can explode at any moment. Jets defense is going to have to be on point, contain those playmakers.
And of course, the big question mark, is Adams going to be healthy enough to play?
If he can't go, that's a huge blow to the Jets offense.
They're going to need some other guys to step up if he's out. Garrett Wilson, McCole Hardman, time to show what they can do.
Exactly. Opportunities knocking.
These next two games, they're going to tell us a lot about this Jets team. Are they going to fight, show some grit, or fold under pressure?
Yeah, time to show some resilience. The fans deserve to see them battling, giving it everything they've got.
No more excuses. Time for the Jets to prove they're a playoff team.
Hopefully they can pull out a couple wins, keep those playoff hopes alive.
It's going to be a nail-biter, that's for sure.
Buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.